Hello all, this is Brian with Vermillion Enterprises. We are located at 5324 Spring Hill Drive in Spring Hill, Florida. It's about an hour north of Tampa, right up US 19. We're open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and we're open on Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So we've been increasing our audience online as of late, and we've been getting a lot of questions about the ins and outs of basically doing business with us when not here in the shop. And so Tim and I decided to put together a video discussing just how to actually transact with us, because we do not have a online portal like some of the big companies do, like AppMax or SD Bullion, for example. And of course there's probably a dozen more. All right, so like I said, we're located at 5324 Spring Hill Drive in Spring Hill, Florida. So we buy and sell from people out of state or that aren't local here, and so that means shipping. So when we buy something from people, we do require them to ship it in on their own label, and obviously if they're not coming into the store. I recommend using UPS. They seem to be the most reliable. If you do choose to use USPS, that's fine too. They're pretty good, obviously FedEx too. If you do choose to use registered mail, we will not lock in any pricing until the items actually get here. Registered mail can be, unfortunately, a very slow process. But of course, we're always happy to receive packages that come through registered mail, just will not lock in. If you do want to lock in the price on something that you're sending in, we're more than happy to do that. It just has to ship that same day. And some people that mail into us want to lock in the price when they're shipping in bullion. Some people just want to let it ride and it be whatever it is when it gets here, and either is fine with us. If you want to ship in gold scrap, gold jewelry, other platinum jewelry, silver jewelry, that's fine too. We don't lock any of that in until we get it here and we get it processed. But bullion and coins can be locked in before, if you would like to. If not, then that's fine too. We can do it when it gets here and we get it processed. So that's if you're shipping it in. If you buy something from us and we ship out to you, we ship one of two ways, either USPS or UPS. Anything that goes to the postal service is, we usually do those up to $2,000 worth of material. It's basically an ounce of gold, that typically is around $13 in shipping. Now, if we use UPS, that is for the more expensive or the heavier, bulkier items, and shipping just depends on what the shipping cost that we charge just depends on what it actually is going out and where it's going to. We do obviously charge shipping. We try to charge as close to the actual shipping cost as possible. We're not looking to make money off of it, but our margins are pretty thin, so we do need the shipping cost to be covered by the buyer. That's just the way that we do it. I know some companies have free shipping after a certain dollar amount spent, but you'll also see that their premiums tend to be a lot higher than ours, or maybe not a lot, but it's higher than ours, and that's because they're incorporating that in as part of their sale process. So does that make sense, Tim?
Definitely does.
All right, so nothing, should I say anything else about shipping?
Within the U.S.
Yeah, there you go. Within the United States, we do ship to Alaska and Hawaii too. We do not ship international. That's a very good point. Every once in a while, I am asked if we'll ship overseas. We do not. So it is just here in the 50 states. And so, all right, payment. So if you ship into us, and so we're going to be paying you, we can pay you by check. We can do that by we do that by business check through snail mail, or also we can send you an e-check through your email, which is obviously quicker. If we send a paper check out, this goes through USPS priority mail. We just put it in a flat rate envelope and send it on its way. E-checks are emailed that same day right to your email account. You can print those off and deposit them in your account as you would any other check. And so people, I would say half the people will just want a paper check sent to them. The other half do like the e-checks. Now, if you're coming in and buying from us or doing it over the internet or the phone, we accept payment via cash. So that's most often here in the shop. People do mail in cash from time to time. We also accept payment via Zelle, which is a payment app that most banks at this point in time are linked up with. And it's an app that is not from your bank, but it affiliates with your bank and use as something that marries up with your whatever bank account you want it to. And then also, of course, we do accept wire transfers. We ship the items after we receive payment and the payment has cleared. Zelle payments are pretty much instantaneous. Occasionally they get dragged out a day or so. Wires typically clear overnight, especially from the big banks. Some of the small banks, especially smaller credit unions, sometimes that can be a 2-day process. Usually though, it is overnight, it clears. That's just kind of the rule of thumb. So once those payments clear, we ship within 24 hours. And I think that's a very attractive part of doing business with us, because I know a lot of the bigger vendors, they sometimes get bogged down and they're a little bit slower on the shipping. So at least that's what online customers have told us. So that is pretty much in a nutshell how the payment works. Back and forth, whether you're buying from us or whether we're buying from you. And then also incoming shipping and outgoing shipping. Did I miss anything that we should talk about there, Tom?
No. Sounds like we covered everything.
Right. So we picked up a lot of new customers over the last week because of the price that we are charging now for Silver Eagles. And so I want to reiterate, we accept payment via cash, wire, or Zelle. We do not accept credit cards. We don't accept Venmo or PayPal, and absolutely no cryptocurrency. And so no bank drafts or checks. It literally is just cash, wire, or Zelle. And when we say cash money, we mean like actual folding money. So those are the 3 forms of payment that we take, and we don't accept any other forms. That's just the way we do business. And hopefully that works for you. And if it does, we're happy to transact with you. And I think that's pretty clear, Tim.
We might have to repeat it again.
Yes, cash, wire, or Zelle. So now that brings us to, how do you place an order with Vermillion Enterprises? Well, number one is you come into our store. Like I said, we're located at 5324 Spring Hill Drive, Spring Hill, Florida. So if you're not familiar with that, but are in Florida, that's west central side of Florida, just an hour straight north of Tampa, St. Pete area. So straight up 19. We're literally a block east of US 19. So that's number one. You come in and we can help you out, assist in any way, whether we're buying or selling. We're happy to help. We're here, like I said earlier, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So 2 is you can go on our website, which is, I have pulled up right here, which is Vermillion-Enterprises.com, and you can click on this text us button here, and that will bring up a text function that you can send us a chat, and we get it, and then we can communicate back and forth through that. And let me get out of here, close that, and so you can see it's just down here at the corner of the screen. It says text us. Sometimes there's a picture, an avatar of a woman right here. Just click on that, and that will get you communicating with us, and that stays there as you scroll through the website, and it should be on every page. Correct, Tim?
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's the second way to communicate with us. And besides coming into the shop, probably the second fastest way to communicate with us. because it literally just pops up on our screen on the opposite end and we see the messages there. And we can place orders or take orders through there. That's no problem. We do it all the time for people. Third way is to contact us via email. So, or social media, I should say that to you. A lot of you guys are doing that now through Facebook and Instagram, which is great too. And so you see here, you get this banner that says you have a question, reach out to us, put your name in, your phone number, email, and then send down here. That's another way. As you probably have seen in most of our videos, my email address, which is where this goes to, is Brian, that's BRIAN @IGSCOIN.com. So it's Brian @IGScoin.com. And that gets right to me. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to show my email, but you can see I have over 49,000 unanswered emails. I literally get hundreds of emails every day, so unfortunately a lot of times this gets buried. So that's why I always recommend, if you're not coming into the shop, send the text to chat function, because that seems to be a little bit easier, and it's less of a chance of it getting lost that way. Let's put it that way. And then, of course, the fourth and final way to reach out to us is to give us a call at our shop number here, our landline number, which is 352-585-9772. And that calls directly into the shop. If we're busy with customers, we don't answer the phone. We try to get to the phone as quickly as we can, but if all of us are attending customers, we just let the phone go. Because we want to give the time to the customers that are in front of us. And if that happens and you don't get picked up here, if someone doesn't answer the phone, just leave a message, and we'll try to get back to you and as fast an order as we can. But things can get insanely busy, especially when the weather's nice. So it's the phone is not always the best way to try to get us, but you can always try that way too. And the chat to text message is probably the best after coming into the shop. Coming into the shop is definitely the best way to try to get a hold of us. The text to chat function is probably the second best way. Then after that, email and phone number, or giving us a phone call. Anything you want to add to that, Tim?
What do we take for payment?
Yeah, cash, wire, or Zelle. So Tim does a pretty good job at manning the social media channels. So that is another way. If you see our, you're on our Facebook feed or whatever, that's another way to reach out to us too. That's probably a pretty good way to reach out to us, actually. So yeah, I think that covers it. And we had a lot of questions that a video like this could have answered. Maybe we should have done this type of video sooner. Tim's going to have this video pinned to the top of our channel, and a link provided into the body of all the videos moving forward. So you guys can see this and refer back to it if need be, especially for our newer customers. Our older customers obviously know the deal at this point. So if there's anything that we can do for you, we're here to help. We appreciate all the business that everyone has thrown our way so far, and we're going to continue trying to assist. We have, I think at this point, at least as of yesterday, the cheapest premium on ASEs, which are American Silver Eagles, maybe in the country, at least advertised. That have reproducible results. You may be able to get them cheaper from shops that just have a tube or two here or there, but not stocking them. And I was able to source more Silver Eagles yesterday from other dealers to keep the current price that we're offering in the shop at the time, which at the time of this video, we are currently charging the spot price plus $6.95 per ounce, which of course is always subject to change.
What is today's date?
Today is, it's a good question, June 27th, 2023. And to that point, I got probably at least a half a dozen, maybe even 10 questions over the weekend. Today's a Tuesday, so over the last 3 or 4 days, how can I buy silver from you or bullion from you through your websites? You can't. So everything is done either in person here in the shop, over the phone, or through messenger or email. We don't have a portal like AppMax or SD Bullion or JM where you can buy. And why is that? So the reason being is to sell on the e-commerce site, which we do have an e-commerce site up, but we don't sell bullion products there. It's expensive. So you can add probably at least 10% to the price, if not 15%. And if we did that, then our prices would be no better than anybody else, and we would just get lost in the mix of things. So yeah, I mean, e-commerce is not a cheap thing. So that's why our prices tend to be better than the bigger online sellers. But the advantage, I'll say, of the online sellers is you can pick and choose. It's more boutique-ish, right? So a lot of people call in and be like, oh, I'm looking for this specific design of rounds. I want the Aztec calendar rounds, or I want the the specific buffalo rounds. We can't guarantee design. It's just literally whatever comes in, whatever's on top is what goes out. And we can't, the way it works here is we don't get to pick and choose what we're stocking. It's either what customers have sold to us across the counter or through the mail. And so it's just whatever it comes in, that's obviously totally random. But when we stock and order materials from the big distributors, we literally are at their mercy too. So I'll order, let's say, over 5,000 rounds of generic silver from a distributor. I tell them whatever is cheapest, as long as it's solid boxes, and it's whatever they want to get rid of. So it's not like I'm telling them, hey, send me Aztec calendar rounds, or send me buffalo rounds, or send me whatever rounds. It's literally whatever they want to get rid of at the cheapest price, which we're totally fine with. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if there's a buffalo on it, an Aztec calendar, Golden State Bridge, whatever, some other Mercury Head dime replica. It doesn't matter. It's all worth the same. So that's how we view it, and that's so that in a nutshell explains the portal, I think. Right? Is there anything we want to add to that?
It's pretty much so we can keep our costs down,
Yeah.
so we have a more personable approach to selling.
Yeah, yes, and that does obviously come with some limitations, but it is, that is how we keep our prices down, is because the e-commerce portals that you see these big companies have, they're expensive to operate. They really are. And so each time you click and purchase silver through one of those portals, let's just take AppMax for example, and great group of guys and gals over at AppMax, we love them. The transaction costs that they incur are not just the price of silver and the postage. They have a charge for whatever payment you're paying with. So let's say you take a credit card. They're charged for them taking your credit card. So that's a fee. The e-commerce platform that they have that's running behind the scene, that is actually the application that you're seeing there, that you're integrating with. They charge a percentage too of that final sale. Then there's also a third party that gets a cut too, and that is the party that verifies the payment. So let's say you take a credit card payment, right? Well, there's the credit card processor, but then there's also the company that verifies and vouches for that credit card. They take a cut. So it's, you got three other outside organizations with their hands in the transaction there, and that's why their costs are so high. Or I shouldn't say so high, but higher than ours in most instances. Maybe not all instances, but in most instances, because their operating costs are higher. The old montage is the bigger you are, the higher your overhead is, and that's definitely true. The larger the ship is, the slower it is to turn. And we're very small in the scheme of things. So as an organization. And so we can operate on smaller overhead costs, and I think that's pretty commonsensical.
So are you saying you're a jet ski?
And I'm saying that, yes, I like that, Tim. A jet ski. And, you know, these big distributors, they're like the big old yachts you see out in the bay. So, and, you know, they're obviously great. Most of them are great organizations. We got nothing against them. We love them. But, you know, we have two different ways of operating, and that translates into oftentimes different pricing points that make us a little bit more advantageous. But that comes with limits, right? We accept cash, wire, Zelle. We don't accept credit cards. They do. That increases their price. That's a big thing. We don't have 30 different SKUs for generic 1 ounce silver rounds. We got one. It's whatever's on top. It'll be retail friendly material. We guarantee that. And other than that, that's all we guarantee. So hopefully that works for people, and seems to be successful so far. People seem to enjoy transacting with us as a whole, and we look forward to keep doing that, and hopefully this video answers some of those questions. And if not, please reach out to us, leave a comment at the bottom of this video, and just ask questions, and we'll maybe your question will be questions that other people have too, and by answering your question, answers theirs too. One can hope. So again, I'm Brian with Vermillion Enterprises. We are open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're located at 5324 Spring Hill Drive in sunny Spring Hill, Florida, and we accept payment via cash, wire, and Zelle. We look forward to hearing from you guys. Thank you.